Yeah, look, it's not easy. Something myself and my wife have been talking about for, I suppose, hours a day over the last 4 or 5 weeks really. Look, it is difficult. It's going to be a strange transition to get out into the real world, but I'm lucky. I'm walking away from the game, I suppose, mostly intact and able to play with my kids really. So I've had out the rugby where I wanted. I've achieved a lot of things that I could only ever dream to achieve, and for me it is a sad time because it's all I've known for the last 12 years. But there's life after rugby, and I just felt like the right time to call time really on my career. Making my debut, playing against Connaught in 2010, having the family, that was massive. But then obviously I had Bilbao. I'll always live long in the memory. First time I captained Cardiff against Toulouse, out in Toulouse. Coming home with a W there was something I'll never forget. There's so many. Beating the Ospreys in the stadium, 2017. Again, a massive game. Beating Toulon back in the Arms Park. Just the atmosphere that day was incredible, and again something that'll live with me forever really. I had some real good seasons. Enjoyed every minute I played really, and it was always a pleasure to put the jersey on. When I left school, the teacher always said, I think you're going to play for Wales because that's all I ever wanted to do. That's all I ever spoke about, and to actually get that call up in 2015 in the Six Nations, although I didn't play that campaign, it's a huge amount of pride got into that, and to then obviously follow up with the World Cup camps and to get my first cap, it was massive. But yeah, like we said, to go on then, I played 8 times for Wales, and luckily enough in 2017 I went onto the Lions tour. So that again, obviously there's a lot of controversy around it, but as a player it's something that nobody really would ever turn down, and for me to go there and experience that with the best players in the world, best coaches, it was massive for my development, and it's again something I look back on and really appreciate and be grateful that I had that opportunity. I just think it's the boys more than anything. Just that the banter on the change rooms and game day, and just running out onto Cardiff Arms Park, especially when it's full really. It's a ground like no other. Somewhere I've luckily been able to call home for the last 12 years, and obviously we've had stints in Cardiff City Stadium, but Cardiff Arms Park was always home, and I suppose just missing that atmosphere, and obviously missing having the kids there with their jerseys on and supporting Dad. But I'll always be a Cardiff supporter, and I'm sure I'll be back next year with the boys to watch a game, and hopefully one day I'll come here and I'll be watching them. So who knows. Look, I've had opportunities. Luckily one of the sponsors has come in and he's offered me something I couldn't really refuse, to be honest. It's a chance for me to build a career outside of rugby, and that's what I mean. It's just come at the right time, and it feels like the right time for me to announce my retirement really. There's a lot of people to thank as well. My parents, my brother, sister, obviously the kids for their support, and the biggest one really is the wife. The sacrifices she's made over the years, it's been immense. She's always been there to nurse me back to health, and I've had my operations. She's obviously played mum and dad when I've not been here. I've been in South Africa for 2 weeks at a time, and there were difficult times. I missed obviously both my younger son's birthdays from going to South Africa, so in all fairness to her, I couldn't have done it without her. She's been magnificent through the whole thing. But it's time for me to step back and hopefully spend a bit more time with the family, and really just be grateful for what I've got, grateful for what I've had, and look forward to what the future brings really.